Saif al-Rashid, a young man, was found dead in Al-Noor, quickly ruled a suicide by the police. But in this city, where the rich and powerful hide behind traditions and tall skyscrapers cast long shadows, things are not always what they seem. Yasmin al-Sayed, Saif's sister and a sharp investigative journalist, doesn't accept the official story. Convinced there's more to her brother's death, she starts her search for the truth at his apartment, where signs of a struggle suggest a darker tale. Driven by her memories of Saif, Yasmin dives deeper into the city's hidden secrets, determined to uncover what really happened. Yasmin combs through Saif's belongings, each item a piece of the puzzle he left behind. His journals, filled with cryptic entries and erratic scribblings, hint at a mind troubled by more than personal demons. Photographs scattered on his desk show him with various city dignitaries, many standing too close to Hassan al-Faridi, a connection that raises more questions than answers. Yasmin's resolve hardens as she traces her brother's last steps, each one drawing a line through the heart of Al-Noor's glittering facade to its rotten core. In her search, Yasmin contacts Saif's friends and colleagues, piecing together his final days. She learns of his growing paranoia, his frantic meetings with an unknown figure, and his sudden withdrawal from family gatherings. The narrative of a troubled young man taking his own life seems all too convenient for those who stood to gain from his silence. Yasmin vows to unearth the truth, no matter the cost, setting the stage for a journey that will challenge everything she knows about her brother, her city, and herself. Hassan al-Faridi, the epitome of untouchable wealth and influence in Al-Noor, conducts his business with an iron fist veiled in velvet. His recent ventures, however, have attracted dangerous attention, threading a path through the city's dark underbelly that may just lead to Saif's last days. In the opulent offices atop the city's tallest tower, Hassan oversees his empire with a calculated gaze. Recent deals have expanded his reach into international markets, deals shrouded in secrecy and guarded by men more familiar with the handle of a gun than a handshake. But as his power grows, so does the circle of enemies, each waiting for a chance to exploit any weakness. Hassan's involvement with shady characters and corrupt politicians suggests a tapestry of deceit woven into the very fabric of Al-Noor. As Yasmin digs deeper into his dealings, she discovers a connection between Hassan and a suspicious construction project on the city's outskirts, a project that Saif investigated before his death. Rumors of land grabs, forced evictions, and silenced dissenters paint a sinister picture of a man willing to go to any lengths to secure his interests. With each revelation, the stakes get higher. Yasmin's investigation catches Hassan's attention, marking her as a potential threat to his dominion. Meanwhile, he must navigate the treacherous waters of corporate espionage, keeping his enemies close and his secrets closer. As his world tightens around him, Hassan must decide how far he is willing to go to protect his empire, with the knowledge that one misstep could bring everything crashing down. Layla al-Mansour, single mother and secretary to the enigmatic Hassan, harbors her own shadows. Once entangled with the wrong crowd, she finds herself unwillingly drawn back into a past she fought hard to escape, holding secrets that tie her to Saif's fate. Layla's days are spent in the polished halls of Hassan's corporate office, but her nights are haunted by memories of a darker time. A time when she was not just a secretary, but a player in Al-Noor's underground. Her involvement with a notorious gang known for their ruthless tactics and illegal trades ended only when she became a mother. But the past is not easily left behind, especially when it holds the keys to a mystery threatening the present. When Yasmin approaches her for information, Layla is torn between the fear of retribution and the guilt of remaining silent. She recalls overhearing conversations between Hassan and Saif, hints of a deal gone sour, and the unmistakable scent of danger that followed Saif in his final days. With her son's safety as her priority, Layla must navigate a perilous path, deciding how much to reveal and at what cost. As she relays information to Yasmin, Layla's role becomes increasingly dangerous. She begins to notice strangers watching her. Cryptic threats appear at her doorstep, and her every move seems shadowed by an unseen observer. The web of her past entangles her once more, pulling her into a game where the stakes are life and death. Determined to protect her son and haunted by her connection to Saif's fate, Layla finds herself at the heart of the mystery. Her choices set in motion a chain of events that could either lead to salvation or destruction, not just for her, but for the entire city of Al-Noor. Rookie detective Omar al-Badawi stands at a moral crossroads. Assigned to re-examine Saif's case, he finds the smothering influence of Al-Noor's elite stifling his investigation. His path crosses with Yasmin's, an alliance formed on the fragile grounds of shared suspicion and hidden agendas. In the sterile confines of the police department, Omar grapples with the dichotomy of his role. Trained to uphold the law, he is now ensnared in a game where the rules are dictated by those he is meant to investigate. His superiors push for a quick closure of the case, citing pressure from above. But Omar's conscience and his father's legacy as a revered officer compel him to dig deeper. Meeting Yasmin provides the catalyst he needs. Her determination and the mounting evidence she presents make it impossible for him to turn a blind eye. Together, they piece together Saif's last weeks, tracing his interactions with Hassan and uncovering a network of corruption that permeates the city's foundations. Omar's investigation brings him into contact with figures of power whose influence is a tangible force, shaping the lives of everyone in Al-Noor. As he uncovers the extent of the corruption, Omar must choose between the safety of his career and the integrity of his values. Each step forward in the investigation exposes him to greater danger, but also brings him closer to understanding the true nature of justice in a city ruled by power. His collaboration with Yasmin grows deeper as they navigate the treacherous waters of their investigation. Personal and professional boundaries blur, creating a bond forged in the fires of their shared mission. But with each discovery, Omar faces an increasingly complex moral landscape, where the right choice is obscured by the fog of war waged in the shadows of Al-Noor. As the case progresses, Omar's resolve is tested. The closer he gets to the truth, the more he risks losing everything he holds dear. His journey through the maze of deceit leads him to confront not only the city's most powerful, but also his own inner demons. The path he chooses will define his future and the future of Al-Noor, setting the stage for a confrontation that could alter the course of the city forever. Aisha al-Zayani, once Saif's confidant and Yasmin's trusted friend, wrestles with her own demons. Her knowledge of the night Saif died haunts her, driving her into a corner of fear and duplicity. Her loyalties, split between her past and her survival, hold the key to a door Yasmin is desperate to open. Aisha's life, marked by luxury and privilege, belies the turmoil churning beneath her polished exterior. Her friendship with Saif had always been a source of comfort and escape from her controlled existence. However, his death left her adrift, caught in the currents of a conspiracy too large to confront alone. With Yasmin's arrival and her probing questions, Aisha's facade begins to crack, revealing the cracks in her resolve. Haunted by the events of that fateful night, Aisha finds herself replaying their last conversation, searching for clues she might have missed. Her fear of being implicated in the crimes surrounding Saif's death battles with her guilt over keeping silent. As Yasmin's investigation intensifies, so does the pressure on Aisha to maintain her silence, pressured by those who would keep the truth buried. Her relationship with Yasmin, strained by secrets and suspicion, becomes a tightrope walk of trust and betrayal. Aisha's internal conflict grows as she grapples with the decision to protect herself or to reveal what she knows. Her eventual choice to confide in Yasmin is a moment of catharsis, one that propels the investigation forward, but at a personal cost. As Aisha opens up about the night of Saif's death, she provides Yasmin with critical insights into the people and motives involved. Her revelations paint a picture of a desperate act, driven by fear and a desire to protect something or someone. This new information leads Yasmin and Omar to reevaluate their theories, viewing the puzzle of Saif's death through a new lens. Aisha's decision ripples through her life, disrupting her relationships and placing her in the crosshairs of powerful adversaries. Her journey from a frightened spectator to an active participant in the search for justice is marked by moments of terror and empowerment. Through her eyes, we see the cost of silence and the power of truth, a dual theme that resonates throughout the narrative. As the pieces of the mystery begin to fall into place, Aisha's role becomes even more crucial. She acts as a bridge between the hidden aspects of Saif's life and the public persona he maintained. Her transformation from a passive ally to a crucial informant mirrors the broader transformation occurring in Al-Nur as secrets long buried begin to surface, challenging the very foundations of the city's power structure. Ahmed al-Nouri, once a heralded detective of Al-Nur, now lives in the disgrace cast upon him for exposing the corrupt tendrils entwining the city's power structures. His redemption may lie in helping Yasmin, a chance to restore his name and exact a personal vengeance against those who wronged him. Living on the fringes of the society he once served, Ahmed spends his days piecing together cases that no one else will touch. His fall from grace was a swift descent into obscurity, spurred by his refusal to turn a blind eye to the corruption eating away at the city's core. When Yasmin seeks him out, it rekindles a fire he thought had died long ago, the desire to fight for justice. Ahmed's knowledge of the city's underbelly becomes invaluable as Yasmin delves deeper into her brother's mysterious death. His connections, both savory and unsavory, open doors that would otherwise remain closed to her. As they work together, Ahmed finds a kindred spirit in Yasmin, a woman whose thirst for truth matches his own. Their investigation leads them through the dark alleys and brighter corridors of Al-Nur, each step uncovering layers of deceit that many would kill to keep hidden. Ahmed's insights into the city's criminal hierarchy allow them to anticipate their opponents' moves, but also draw dangerous attention their way. His past confrontations with the city's elites make him a target, yet he remains undeterred, driven by a personal vendetta against those who orchestrated his downfall. As the stakes increase, so does the danger. Ahmed's role as a mentor and protector to Yasmin evolves into a partnership of equals, where each relies on the other's strengths. His experience and her determination create a dynamic force that pushes back against the corruption suffocating their city. The climax of their investigation coincides with Ahmed's confrontation with his past. Facing the people responsible for his disgrace, he must navigate a final showdown that threatens not just the case, but his very life. His journey from disgrace to redemption is fraught with challenges, but it reaffirms his belief in the justice he once swore to uphold. Through Ahmed's eyes, we see the cost of integrity in a world where deceit often prevails. His story is a poignant reminder of the enduring human spirit, capable of rising from the ashes of betrayal to challenge the status quo. His partnership with Yasmin not only brings them closer to solving the mystery, but also restores his faith in the possibility of change within Al-Nur. As Yasmin unravels more threads, the conspiracy deepens, implicating not just Hassan, but a broader network. Another death, a supposed accident, adds urgency to her search. Omar, torn between his duty and the safety of his new allies, finds himself confronting the very essence of the justice he swore to uphold. The discovery of another body, linked to the same shady dealings that Saif was investigating, sends shockwaves through Al-Nur. The victim, a junior accountant in Hassan's firm, was found in his apartment, an apparent overdose. But the scene is too staged, the clues too conveniently placed. Yasmin and Omar, now deeply entrenched in their partnership, suspect foul play, a message meant to deter further inquiry. As they dig deeper, the pattern of deaths begins to form a chilling narrative. Each victim had ties to the same circle of influence, a cabal of businessmen and politicians who manipulate the city's resources for their own gain. The stakes are higher than ever, and with each move, Yasmin and Omar draw closer to a dangerous truth. Their investigation leads them to a warehouse on the outskirts of the city, a place that seems innocuous from the outside but holds the key to the conspiracy. Hidden within its walls are records of illegal transactions, laundered money, and, most damning of all, evidence of an upcoming deal that could alter the power balance in Al-Noor. The risk of exposure drives the conspirators to desperation. Attempts on Yasmin's life escalate, and Omar is warned off the case by his superiors who are under the sway of the same powers they are investigating. The tension between his professional duties and his moral compass reaches a breaking point, forcing him to make a decision that could end his career but protect the greater good. Amidst the turmoil, Yasmin receives unexpected help from Layla, who provides crucial insider information that could bring down Hassan. Layla's own journey from fearful silence to courageous whistleblower is marked by personal sacrifice, as she risks everything to help Yasmin, driven by a need to make amends for her past. The gathering storm breaks when Yasmin and Omar orchestrate a raid on the warehouse, hoping to seize the evidence before it can be destroyed. The operation is fraught with danger, a final gambit that puts their lives on the line. As they confront the cabal, the true extent of the conspiracy is revealed, stretching far beyond the city's borders. This chapter of the investigation, filled with suspense and rapid developments, sets the stage for the ultimate confrontation. It is a testament to the courage of those willing to stand up against corruption and the fragile nature of justice in a world where power often writes its own rules. Layla's role as a reluctant whistleblower puts her and her son in grave danger. Her revelations to Yasmin are not without cost, and as the noose tightens around Hassan's operations, she must make a choice that could either free her from her chains or tighten them. With each piece of information Layla provides, she steps further into the light, making herself a target for Hassan's wrath. Her apartment, once a haven, becomes a cage as she notices strangers lurking nearby, their glances sharp and assessing. The threats escalate, with ominous messages left in her mailbox and whispered warnings through phone calls in the dead of night. Despite the danger, Layla's resolve strengthens. She sees in Yasmin a chance to right the wrongs of her past, to ensure that her son grows up in a city free from the corruption that has tainted her own life. With each secret she divulges, she peels back the layers of a conspiracy that has not only endangered her, but also ensnared the entire city. Her crucial role in the investigation becomes apparent when she reveals the existence of a hidden account used by Hassan to funnel illicit funds. This account, linked to numerous city officials, proves to be the smoking gun Yasmin needs to expose the network of corruption. But the revelation comes at a high price. Hassan discovers her betrayal. Fearing for her life and her son's safety, Layla plans to flee the city. But before she can escape, she is confronted by one of Hassan's men, a harsh reminder of the power he wields. In a tense encounter, she must use all her wits to protect herself and her son, leading to a dramatic escape that leaves her pursuer thwarted but more determined than ever to silence her. The peril Layla faces amplifies the tension in the story, underscoring the risks taken by those who dare to speak truth to power. Her journey from a frightened secretary to a key player in bringing down a corrupt empire is fraught with danger and driven by a mother's love and a desire for redemption. As the net closes in, Layla's courage and quick thinking become her greatest assets. Her interactions with Yasmin and Omar, fraught with the urgency of their mission, highlight the personal stakes involved in their fight. Each step forward in the investigation is a step further into danger, but also a step closer to cleansing the city of its systemic corruption. Her story culminates in a daring confrontation with Hassan, where she must outmaneuver him to save herself and her son. This confrontation, a pivotal moment in the narrative, showcases her evolution from a victim of circumstances to a master of her fate. The risks she takes and the sacrifices she makes illuminate the theme of personal courage in the face of overwhelming odds. A shocking discovery leads Yasmin and Omar to Aisha's doorstep, where the tangled web of deceit and betrayal unravels. Driven by a motive rooted deeply in personal tragedy and revenge, Aisha's part in the conspiracy threatens to dismantle everything Yasmin holds dear. The confrontation between Yasmin and Aisha is charged with emotion and betrayal. As Yasmin probes for the truth, Aisha's facade crumbles, revealing a complex character tormented by guilt and driven by revenge. The revelations about her involvement in the conspiracy, while shocking, are tinged with sadness and a profound sense of loss. Aisha confesses that her actions were spurred by a personal vendetta against Hassan, who she blames for a family tragedy. Her grief and anger had driven her to an unlikely alliance with Saif, who shared her desire for justice. Together, they had planned to expose Hassan's illegal activities, but when Saif got too close to the truth, he was silenced. The depth of Aisha's involvement adds layers to her character, transforming her from a mere bystander to a pivotal figure in the unfolding drama. Her motivations, rooted in personal pain, highlight the human aspect of the conspiracy, showing how personal losses can lead to drastic actions. Yasmin, hurt but understanding the driving forces behind Aisha's actions, must decide how to handle her friend's betrayal. Their dialogue, a mix of confrontation and confession, paints a picture of two women caught in the web of a larger conspiracy, each fighting in her own way. The betrayal also reshapes Yasmin's approach to the investigation. Armed with new insights into Hassan's network and Aisha's knowledge, she refocuses her efforts, aiming to bring down not just Hassan, but the entire corrupt system that has infiltrated their lives. The chapter concludes with Yasmin and Omar leveraging Aisha's information to plan their final move against Hassan. The betrayal, while a blow to Yasmin's trust, ultimately strengthens her resolve to end the corruption that has caused so much pain. The themes of betrayal and redemption are explored deeply, showcasing the complexity of human emotions and motivations in the face of adversity. In a climactic confrontation, Yasmin faces Hassan, armed with the truth and nothing left to lose. The battle of wits and wills that ensues pulls the entire city into its vortex. As secrets spill like blood, the foundation of Al-Noor's elite society crumbles, revealing the rot within. The showdown takes place in Hassan's lavish office, a stark contrast to the chaos unfolding within. Yasmin, supported by Omar and armed with evidence from Aisha and Layla, confronts Hassan with undeniable proof of his crimes. The tension is palpable, as each word and move could tip the balance. Hassan, cornered and desperate, reveals the true extent of his ruthlessness. His attempts to manipulate and threaten Yasmin backfire, showcasing his underestimation of her resolve and the power of the truth. The dialogue between them crackles with intensity, each exchange a strike in a battle that is as intellectual as it is physical. As the confrontation escalates, the authorities, tipped off by Omar, close in. The arrival of the police adds a layer of urgency to the proceedings, forcing Hassan to make quick decisions. In a final act of defiance, he attempts to destroy the evidence, but is thwarted by Yasmin's quick thinking. The climax is a dramatic spectacle, witnessed by the media and the public, ensuring that the truth is seen by all. Hassan's arrest is not just the end of a powerful man, but a signal of possible change in Al-Noor. The fallout from the showdown affects not only the characters, but also the city itself, as the revelation of such deep-seated corruption sparks debates and demands for reform. Yasmin's victory is bittersweet. While justice is served, the costs are high, and the scars left by the battle will not easily heal. Her relationship with Omar, strengthened by their shared ordeal, suggests a future collaboration in a city that still needs mending. The chapter concludes with a reflective Yasmin looking over a city that, for the first time in a long time, shows signs of hope. The showdown, while resolving many threads, leaves open questions about the future of Al-Noor and the efficacy of justice in a deeply flawed system. Justice, bittersweet and hard-won, leaves its mark on our characters. Yasmin, forever changed, finds a new path forward in the ruins of her past battles. Al-Noor, too, must face a new day, its shadows now exposed to the cleansing light of truth. Yasmin's journey from grief-stricken sister to champion of justice encapsulates the transformation of Al-Noor. The city, once ruled by shadows, now faces the dawn of a new era, one that promises transparency and reform. The legacy of Saif's death, while painful, serves as a catalyst for change, inspiring others to stand up against corruption. As Yasmin walks through the city, she fought so hard to protect, she sees signs of recovery and renewal. New leaders emerge, committed to upholding the values that she and her allies fought for. The community, once silent and fearful, now speaks out against injustice, holding their leaders accountable. The epilogue serves as a meditation on the themes of the story: justice, sacrifice, and redemption. Yasmin's reflections on her journey and the changes in Al-Noor offer a hopeful conclusion to a tale marked by darkness and struggle. Through her eyes, we see the potential for renewal, not just for a city, but for the human spirit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Stay tuned and see what secrets we uncover next. Your support means everything.